to lighten the mood up, our last movie is the Overnight, starring Adam Scott and Jason Schwartzman, and I forgot to look up her name, but it's Piper from Orange is the New Black.
Never watched that show, but
I've
seen her
Taylor.
face on the things. Yeah, that's her.
Yeah.
If you're uncomfortable, you don't have to do anything you don't want to.
Okay.
Hello, you new around here?
We just moved here from Seattle.
Well, welcome.
Thank you.
Wow, Max is really taking a shine to your boy. Tonight is our regular pizza night. We could turn it into a welcome the neighborhood get-together. Huh. It could be fun. Going to Whole Foods now. Any dietary restrictions?
I don't think so.
Screw it. You guys, I'm so excited. Yay!
All right.
Oh,
Wow. Thank you for having us in your beautiful home.
Glad you could be of service. Why don't we put the kids to bed upstairs and continue down here?
Oh.
Give me 20 minutes, and I will give you parental bliss.
What's this?
It's a photography zone. You know you've got a really great look. Anybody ever tell you that?
No.
She's a fabulous actress.
now
Really?
that is cool.
Yeah.
I mean, I hope you're not gonna be disappointed.
Fasten your seatbelts.
There are things that I do in my bedroom that no one needs to know about. I think we've reached that point in the evening where we should leave before anything crazy happens.
I'm so goddamn proud of you right now.
What is going on here? You want to go home, honey?
No, I want to stay here forever. This is California. Maybe this is what dinner parties are like.
This movie was funny, guys. Like, this is one of those movies where just the situations and mostly the conversation were hilarious. It's about, okay, let's just...
Okay,
For this one, I think we should actually read the Netflix description.
Okay, yeah, so while you look that up...
No, I got it right here. So...
What's her name?
Taylor Schilling.
Okay, yeah, so that's Piper.
Okay, so when a couple new to LA tries to adapt and make new friends, they arrange a play date for their son, unaware that his hosts have games in mind for them. Now, I'm not even going to beat around the bush because this movie doesn't. Games are basically swinger shit. And
okay, so we're introduced to Adam Scott and
Taylor Schilling.
Taylor Schilling having sex.
Yeah, they're having sex in their bed, which that scene was so funny, man.
So funny. As soon as that scene happened, I knew I was like, I'm gonna like this movie. Yeah, it's like they're trying to have really quiet sex
because it's first thing in the morning before mom goes to work.
Yeah,
and before the kid wakes
up. Yeah,
and for the record, guys, I watched this on public transportation, not knowing how graphic this movie was, and
there's a lot of dicks in
it's
this
a lot
movie.
of dick. It's some vagina. It's definitely some titties and breastfeeding. Oh man, so funny. But okay, so
it opens up with the saddest sex scene ever.
And apparently, he's self-conscious about his dick size. So while having sex, he like has her reassure him that it's big.
Yeah.
And he's just like,
circles.
Giving you some dick circles.
Because his thing is just
to roll it around to all cylinders of the walls. It just, oh my god, it was so funny.
Yeah, so the entire time she's just being like, you're really big, and he's just like, circles.
And the only way they could come is like getting off of each other and just masturbating next to each other. So
immediately they're like, I'm gonna finish, and they just immediately just like get off each other and just start masturbating.
And right when they both come, the kid like walks in. The kid might have been the reason they came, just the excitement. And the kid just goes straight into her crotch, like, "Hey, mom!" It's like, no.
Yeah. So then the movie transitions to
them in a park.
Them at a park.
Oh, well, the mom apparently works a lot, so there's a kid's birthday party coming up.
Adam Scott is a stay-at-home father.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Stay-at-home father?
Stay-at-home dad. and he takes the kid to the park before the birthday party.
Yeah, I think so.
And the mom, she was supposed to go, but she turns out she has to work. He finds out, he's like, you wearing that to a birthday party? And she's like, oh, I'm sorry, I gotta go to work.
Yeah.
He wasn't feeling that, but whatever.
Yeah.
And she ends up surprising him at the park before the party in
giving
casual
him
clothes.
a bag of gummy worms for the kid, and the kid's like, yeah, I love...
She's like, gummy bears and what else? Make kids smile.
Yeah, gummy bear and gummy worms.
Yeah.
Because, so then he gives it to the kid, and then the kid immediately makes a friend with the bag of gummy worms, and she's like, that's why I got him the gummy worms.
Yeah. And then, like, this dad walks over who turns out to be Jason Schwartzman.
And
which once I realized he was Gillian... from Scott Pilgrim.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was funny for me.
Yeah.
But
and he also has an HBO show that's pretty good.
Okay, I've never
It's
seen
a detective show with Ted Danson from Cheers.
I have HBO now. I might check that out.
Yeah, it's really funny.
Okay.
It was like 3 seasons.
Okay, I'm gonna do that. Oh, I've seen that show around.
Yeah.
I've never watched it, though.
He's basically a really poor, like, I think he's like an author, and he's like, I'm gonna be a private detective now.
That's great.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Jason Schwartzman comes up and he's dangling the gummy worms and he's like, I'm sorry, I don't know if you found this, but this is very unhealthy for your kids. I don't know where your kids got this from, but I'm saving their life.
Gut rot.
And the parents are immediately going to play it off like, I don't know
where he got that from.
And then Jason Schwartzman's just like, I'm just fucking with you.
He's like, I'm a hardcore vegan.
Yeah.
But yeah, so then that was his way of basically introducing himself to
the parents. Yeah.
And they converse a little bit. Turns out he's like, why don't you bring the kid over?
Yeah, he's like, I'm the mayor of this town, basically. He's not really the mayor, but he's like...
He said he knows the mayor.
Yeah. And they're new to the town.
Yeah.
Like they just moved
to town. And
so they're looking for friends, and it's hard to make friends when you get older, so it's one of those things.
Adam Scott makes a good point. He's like, dude, what am I, 7? Like, I'm not just going to go up to somebody and ask, like, you want to be friends?
Yeah.
It's not how it works.
Yeah, most people make their friends, like, in school, because it's like, I'm in this desk sitting next to this person.
Yeah,
so.
I'm forced to be here with you, and we got shit in common.
Or work friends, but they're new to their work, so it's like, they don't have friends at work yet. So they...
Or hanging out outside of school, like us, Schwick.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, and so, one thing leads to another. He invites them over for pizza and a kid play date.
Yeah.
They go over, they have a good time, talk, blah, blah, blah. Then it's time for the kid... Oh,
I do like... There was a nice wine trick that he pulled off when they're on their way to the house for Jason Schwartzman's house.
Oh yeah,
and then she brings like a $2 bottle of wine, and she's like,
"You can't bring a $2 bottle of wine. Like, that's just rude."
And he's just like, "Well, let me do this." And
the way he describes it is, "This is the shit 19-year-olds cook with," and I just like cracked up. I was like, "Wow."
And so he rips the label off. He's like, I got this. He rips the label off, and then he hands it to Jason Schwartzman and the wife, and he's like, our friends have a vineyard, and it's a recycled bottle.
Yeah, this is organic.
So that's why the label is ripped.
That was smooth, dude. If you ever go anywhere and
buy
you want to get
bottle of wine, and say your friend makes wine.
Yep.
Yeah.
You'll be fine.
For some reason, I love that.
That was great. Yeah, I'm glad you pointed that out.
Yeah, that was like such a nice little...
This movie hits in the first 30 minutes, joke after joke, but it's all just conversation jokes where you're like, dude, that's funny as fuck.
Yeah.
And so basically, by the time they hang out, eat pizza, blah blah, kids' bedtime comes, and so Adam Scott.
Well, no, they have dinner, and they're like, stay for a while. Like they have this really good dinner. They toast a bunch of times,
and he has a water filter. That he apparently makes water filters.
Yeah, and he's just like, you just drank sewage.
You just drank sewage. This guy's a character. He's a joker.
Yeah, and so they have dinner. It's a really good dinner, and they're like, we have to go. And then they're like, no, don't leave. Jason Schwartzman and his French wife?
Yes. They're both. Yeah, is his wife French or are they both French?
No, I think it's
just his wife.
Just his wife. They're like, no, don't stay. We're having a really good time. And they're like, well, we got to put our kid to bed and everything like that. So they're like,
man, kids don't dictate when adults have fun. Like, put them to bed upstairs. We're gonna stay.
Yeah, we're gonna stay. So that's when we get to the
adult shit.
Yeah, we get to the kids getting put to bed, which is like a weird music scene.
Yeah,
where like Jason Schwartzman's playing like a little
little
kid piano, and immediately puts the kids down, and like Adam Scott and Taylor or Piper.
Let's just call her Piper.
Yeah, Piper are like, this is perfect. We met 2 awesome people. This is great. And they have like this like little cute scene where they're just like,
they were really happy to meet some nice people.
I did feel like the movie was going to turn into a horror movie because at a certain after dinner, it's just like, now you can't leave.
You can't leave.
Yeah. So
yeah,
they just continue drinking,
and where things start getting a little weird.
Yeah, they're like, "Hey, she's my wife's an actress. She's done movies."
And they pull out one of those black DVD cases that we talked about
earlier, a blank DVD.
But it's not your normal porn unless you're, as they describe, creepy Nordic man.
Well, the thing is, they don't introduce it as a porn. They're like,
it's just a video.
It's just a video of the French woman breastfeeding.
Yeah, but as me and Cwick know, if you pull out an empty black DVD case, that's porn. Fucking porn.
It's porn. And then they show it to them, and then Adam Scott is just like, "That's nice," and then you automatically start seeing Piper being like, "What do you mean that's nice?"
And it's not even like porn. It's just her breastfeeding with some woman like rubbing her chest.
Yeah.
And weird.
They kind of introduce it as like, this is just like a tutorial video.
A tutorial video
of breastfeeding. And
we even got a whole bunch of the equipment because her being in the video got us a good deal.
Yeah, so you don't think it's porn at all at first. Well,
you're just like, these are some alternative motherfuckers that just are comfortable with showing people this shit.
and you get to see some tension between Piper and Adam Scott, where she's just like, "What do you mean that's a nice video?"
Yeah, because he's like, he didn't know what to say. He's just like, "You look nice."
Yeah. And he's clearly attracted by the woman because like they're like flirting on and off, and like Piper's starting to notice that stuff.
Yeah, and she just openly showed him her titties.
So where does it go from there? Do they get high?
They get high.
They get super high.
They had a pretty nice bong too. And this is sentimental to me because my bong just recently broke, guys.
I'm so sorry.
But they take some. He doesn't. Apparently, him and Piper don't do that.
If you want to give Chad a new bong, everymovieeverpodcast@gmail.com.
I will not accept bongs because that seems
unless you make
sketchy.
It yourself.
Yeah, if you make it yourself, you're a glass worker. Feel free. I'll test it out, guys.
Every bong ever will be our other podcast.
Every bong ever. It just starts with us just hitting. You don't smoke. It just be
no.
me.
I'll just be there and be like, so how is the glass?
Like, dude, let me tell you about it. And it just goes into some like hour-long stoner story that deals nothing with the bong.
Yeah. So they're drinking. They get high.
Yeah.
And then the couple separate. Jason Schwartzman and Adam Scott. Yeah, they both go to the garage to look at the art.
The art that he does, the paint, his acrylic painting.
Which is like,
so
immediately
funny.
You see it's a bunch of like portals.
Yeah, it looks like portals, just like a vortex of some sort.
And then Adam Scott looks at it and he's like...
he's just like, is this what I think it is? And he's like, you got a good eye. He's like, what do you think it is? He's like... These buttholes? He's like, yup. Can you tell me which one is my butthole?
And then he points to it.
It's this one.
He's like, you're
beautiful, isn't it?
And then he's just like, so you paint buttholes? And he's just like, yeah, I have a camera set up over there.
He's a photographer too. So that's like, how he got his own butthole, was he took a picture.
Yeah, and he's like, yeah, my friends pose for photos, and I paint their buttholes.
So funny. The whole butthole display or gallery is called Portals.
Yeah. And then we get to see what Piper and the other wife are doing, and they're in her bedroom.
Yeah, they're getting kind of close, actually.
Yeah, and then you find out that Jason Schwartzman and the other wife, they don't share a bed. They each
have
their own
their
bedrooms.
own rooms in this big-ass, like, estate.
Yeah. So you find out their relationship's a little weird, Jason Schwartzman and his wife's relationship.
Very alternative.
But all the fun is happening in Adam Scott and Jason Schwartzman's closet. Or not closet, they're in their garage.
They go down there, and Adam Scott's just posing.
Yeah,
he's on shirt off.
He's no shirt, on all fours. Just.
She was expecting to go down there and find him just passed out. He's down there taking erotic photos, basically.
And then Piper is just like, what's going on? And he's just like, oh, I don't know how this even happened.
He's like, we were just getting to the good part.
because the entire time Jason Schwartzman's like, you're a beautiful man. And like, he's self-conscious, Adam Scott. So it's one of those things where he is just going to take whatever compliment he can get.
And he's come to terms with this dude being cool as fuck. So he's like, man, I see you as a homie now. I appreciate that.
Yeah. So then they're like, let's go skinny dipping.
Let's go skinny dipping. And Adam Scott does not want to take his shorts off because, as he describes it, he has an abnormally small penis. And in middle school, his parents told him, that it would grow, but it
never
didn't.
did.
So
It never
as he
did.
describes it again, he still has a middle school dick. And I was just like, and they use fake dicks when they show them. It was so funny. I was like, God damn, not even a high school dick, bro. You just got a middle school dick.
He's got a middle school dick. And Jason Schwartzman, which we find out when he takes his trunks off, does not have a middle school dick.
No, this dude's got a fucking elephant trunk. and what's Adam Scott's wife, Piper, she's just
because
in awe.
she's only had sex with...
You find out Adam Scott is the only person she's had sex with.
Yeah, like... So she's never been with anyone other than this
tiny dick, this middle school dick. They probably met in middle school. No, they met in college.
Yeah.
Damn, she met a middle school dick in college and stayed with him. That's love, guys. That's fucking
middle
love.
school dick in college, which means he's just really good at circles.
Really good circles. He's got the circle formula down.
Yeah.
Diameter, circumference.
So they basically, Adam Scott and Piper have a breakdown of just like, we can't do this, but we don't want to be prudes. Yeah. So then they decide, guys, we're going to go in, but we're going to go in with our underwear. And they're like, whatever, we love you guys. Just get in here and have fun.
They took down so many bottles of champagne.
Yeah, bottles of wine and then just joints.
Champagne. Yeah, wine first, champagne in the pool.
Oh, yeah.
Champagne in the hot tub.
Okay, yeah.
And then hard liquor later.
Yeah.
They went hard.
Well, their kids are just asleep.
But basically, they're partying in the pool. Doing stupid, ridiculous shit in the pool where they're just blatantly showing vag and dick.
Yeah, they're just constantly showing like fake. I'm assuming fake.
It had to be like when they showed it later with them standing next to each other. I was like, dude, that's totally fake.
This is gonna sound really weird. Why I knew it was fake is they were in this pool and there was no shrinkage.
Yeah, that's a very valid point.
Because
maybe it was a warm pool.
It was kind of hard not to notice because there was constant things where like you would just see Jason Schwartzman swim up to the camera and then they would just make you look at his dick.
Just like you guys are doing this purposely.
It's like, yeah, no, you're making
it's a movie that really makes you expand. Like, you're like, fine, whatever.
It's like, you know what? Okay, I've seen movies before.
Right.
So they're just having a really good time in the pool.
Adam Scott pukes, so they get in the hot tub.
Yeah, they get in the hot tub, and then Adam Scott and Jason Schwartzman get out to get more liquor.
No, that's when when they get into the hot tub. That's when Jason Schwartzman that's when he pulls him to the side. Like, okay, he got a dick issue.
Oh yeah,
like,
no,
what's
yeah.
happening?
There's a confessional where they're in the hot tub.
Hot tub was the confessional.
And he's like, because they asked him like, why didn't you take your trunks off? And he basically explained.
That's
he's
what
like,
he explained through middle school dick.
He's super fucked up, and he's like, I got a middle school dick, and it's really small. And
he's like, I'm so proud of you right now for telling us this.
And he basically explains the circle thing, but he's like, but it's okay because Piper told me as long as I do really big circles, it's like I have a really big dick.
This movie is so funny, dude. This movie is so funny.
He's super genuine and emotional at this point, and he's super drunk, so you feel for this dude where he's just like, it's okay, because I do really big circles.
Like, you're okay, love yourself, which this movie is all about self-love, guys.
And Jason Schwartzman just comes up to him, he's like, dude, give me a hug. Yeah. And he just hugs him, and he whispers in his ear of this, like, it's okay.
Yeah, he's like, no, he said, he's like, I'm so proud of you for telling us
I'm so proud of you.
But then he said something, and I had the subtitles on, it was said inaudible, so it wasn't meant for us to hear the next
Well, no,
time.
I think that's how we got him out of the hot tub, because they go out of the hot tub, and then he gives him a little speech.
Gets him to come out and do a stripper dance.
Yeah, so Jason Schwartzman comes out, drops a stereo down, plays some music, Adam Scott comes out, does like a weird little dance.
Yeah.
And then Adam Scott reveals his middle school dick.
His middle school dick.
It's basically just like it's just like a weird pinky. Yeah, it's hanging on there, just like with hair everywhere.
Dude, there was so much hair on both of them. It definitely was fake. Like they just sat a fucking ball of a big layer of hair.
They just took a small cat and shoved it in there. And so basically they just start dick dancing
hard,
like spinning.
And Piper's not feeling this. She's like, this isn't you. And at this point, Piper's the only one that's realizing this is like, this went from really cool
this
vibes.
Was my note. WTF.
What the fuck? Too many dicks on the dance floor. That should be a song.
That is. It's a...
Kesha, can you make that song?
No, it's an actual song.
Oh, it is?
Flight of the Conchords.
Okay, thank you, Flight of the Conchords. I'm listening. Isn't that the name of the show you were just talking about?
No, it's a different show. That's another HBO show.
Something. Okay. Oh, okay. Got you.
Yeah.
But yeah, so thank you guys for making that. I will listen to it.
Yeah.
But after the dick circles and swings go.
Yeah, Piper's freaked out.
Yeah,
and
because she's like, this went from really cool vibe to swinger vibe. Like,
yeah,
she read it.
And the other Jason Schwartzman's wife kind of sees it, and she's like, "Okay, everyone, we're gonna separate. I'm gonna take her. We're gonna go on a liquor run.
Yeah,
you two do whatever you're gonna do." And they're really confused about shit.
Yeah, he's like, Jason Schwartzman is like, "Can you just grab me some whiskey from the store, something dark?" And on the way out, Piper's like, "It's 5 bottles of whiskey right here. Where are we going?" And she takes her to like some Thai massage parlor where you
think they're gonna get massages, but
I didn't know what was happening.
I thought she was gonna take him to some weird sex.
I thought it was gonna be a sex store where they just buy shit.
Yeah, but it turns out that she puts Piper in this room
with a
peephole, and then she goes into another room and then gives a guy a happy ending.
Yeah, just this dude didn't even get like the before. His happy ending was the whole massage.
Yeah. It's a very efficient happy ending.
Yeah, straight to the point.
And that whole scene's weird because you just see Piper looking through a peephole, and then
she's getting more into. This movie did so much foreshadowing because in the bedroom when the women are together, you can tell Piper's getting into this, but when she discusses it, she's apprehensive.
Yeah.
Then like the whole thing when she's locked in the room with the peephole, she's like, "I don't want to be here," but when she's looking through that peephole, she's hella into it.
Yeah. So then we get...
This is a porno.
Yeah.
But it didn't come in a black box.
Yeah.
Well, Netflix changed their logo to a black box with a red thing.
Yeah.
This was a black box.
Yeah. So, and then Adam Scott is being talked to by Jason Schwartzman, and Jason Schwartzman reveals, like, okay, that breastfeeding video I showed you earlier?
Yeah.
This is how we make a living. Because
she questioned it. She was like, you can't make a living off of water filters?
Yeah.
Not with this, not
they
this.
have a really nice house, too.
In California. They have to be in, like, Santa Monica or something.
Yeah, and... They're like, well, we make fetish films.
Yeah, straight up breastfeeding films for Nordic men.
And then Adam Scott and Piper, they basically have a little breakdown of just like something weird's going on. They're fucking swingers. We gotta get the fuck out of here.
But Adam Scott is like, I'm expanding tonight.
Yeah,
because he isn't understanding that this is happening.
Yeah. And Piper just wants to get the fuck out of there.
Yeah.
And so then they confront each other, and then that's when we get the reveal that they're not really they're swingers.
They're swingers, but how it happens is like Piper confronts Adam Scott.
Yeah.
And it turns out she's really the one that's kind of into this and has concerns about herself.
Yeah.
Adam Scott, realizing that, gets frustrated and just goes, and he's like, "You want to fuck my wife?"
Yeah.
He goes hella aggro.
Yeah.
As Artifacts, who made the theme song and outro, who would describe it.
He goes aggro?
Yeah, dude, this weekend I heard him say aggro like a million times. But yeah, so after he goes all aggro, you just see that they're like, what's it called? The French wife.
Yeah,
she's like, he's not into your wife, he's into you. I was just like, whoa.
Yeah, that's that. Like in my notes, I'm like, oh shit, that's a twist.
Yeah, what a twist.
Yeah, and he basically explains like he's just been like bored, or he's just been he's been like.
He's got this hot, sexy French wife that does all these sweet tricks, and is literally nothing they haven't tried, which apparently the only thing they haven't tried is this.
Yeah.
There's a little confusion there, actually.
Yeah, so Adam Scott's not for it. He's just like, no, this is weird, we're going to go. Yeah. And then they have like a little heartwarming moment where they're all just like, you know what, we can still be friends, we can do all this stuff, you guys are cool, we just won't touch on this.
Like, we were only trying to do this to save our relationship. Yeah, I'm glad you thought we were normal swingers, because that shows we were doing a good job.
Yeah, and so
they smoke another bowl.
They smoke another bowl. And then they go for a group hug because it's like the end of the night.
Individual hugs, like we're leaving, and they're like, you know what, group hug.
And then in the middle,
Scott and Jason Schwartzman start making out awkwardly for a while.
And then like Piper and then the other wife get into it too. Yeah. They're just like, oh, this is intriguing.
Adam Scott just sits him on the bed.
Yeah. And it was so hard. Jason Schwartzman's just like laying there, just like, it's happening. It's happening.
Like all the shit that you like Oh my god,
Yeah,
it's so
and
funny.
then Adam Scott just starts jerking him, right?
Yeah, it just starts jerking them, then the women get in. And just
And
like
yeah,
at the start of the movie.
No. Well, yeah, like, is he jerking him and then he's going to go down? Or is
No, he
he's
wasn't
just
going
jerking?
down.
Okay,
Like,
okay,
that's
okay.
when the women got in. They were all just, like, group huddling.
Oh, yeah, they're just,
fucking-
like, watching it because they're getting into it because they were like, okay, we're going to do this.
And they had said it was, like, 6 a.m. That's why they were going to go home.
Yeah.
Piper had to work that morning.
Yeah.
And
Did they get under the blankets, though? They were, like, getting under
No,
the
they were getting under the
Yeah,
blankets.
they were getting
weren't
under the blankets.
And all of a sudden, both kids pop in, like, hey! And they're
Yeah.
like, ah!
Yeah, everyone, they just do
Kermit
that weird.
the Frog.
Yeah. Kermit the Frog under the blankets, get clothes back on.
Kid asked, like, were you guys wrestling? Who
Jason
won?
Schwartzman's like, no one won yet, and he's
He's
like,
a
takes the
tie.
kid away. This Dick Sweeney just taking him away.
As you guys can tell, I found this movie so funny.
Yeah.
Oh my god. But long story short, they actually
It sounds like so the movie cuts away from that, and then it's like a couple
Goes back
days
to the
later, a
park.
couple weeks later, and the kids are the parents are at the park with their one kid.
yeah, and all of a sudden the French couple come back.
Yeah, and they're like,
their
we're in
kid.
counseling now, and
Yeah.
we're
So
just-
we don't need to fuck you guys.
Yeah, we don't need the like do swinging stuff.
And Adam Scott and Piper, they were ready for it. They were just like, "Oh, is this happening now? All
Yeah.
right, let's go do it."
Yeah.
And they flat out just told them, like, "Yeah, we're in counseling. We're gonna try this marriage thing."
In my heart, they're swinging right now.
Yeah, I'm positive
Like-
Adam Scott and Piper are swinging, especially with his middle school.
Like
dick.
they might not be swinging with.
But they gotta
them.
find like a couple that's okay with a middle
Yeah.
school dick. Piper's she's the unicorn.
So this was like a really good movie where it's like a outlandish comedy, but it had heart.
It was it was really good.
Yeah, this was like really good. This was
It values self love.
Yeah.
Self
Yeah.
worth.
Having confidence, meeting people,
Yep.
like relationships, and like how like they can go into weird directions and it still be okay.
Yeah, because she
Like,
said, like, if we've been married 10 years, like, you don't know what marriage is like after 10 years. You guys
Yeah.
are still young.
Yeah.
Which, they were older than them? Damn.
I
just putting
well,
this together.
It didn't mean that they were older than them.
Yeah, they just were married.
They were
longer,
just married
so-
longer because like they might have met before college or
Yeah.
something like that.
Oh, yeah, because he was in France.
Yeah,
When
yeah.
he met her.
Yeah, so they might have just gotten married right away, which is why they're at the point where they're just like not feeling each other anymore because they might have rushed into
All
marriage.
that early love kind of wore off.
Yeah, and now they just make their fetish films and
Yeah,
Trying-
jerk off old men and massage parlors.
jerk off old men in massage parlors and then
build
just,
a curiosity for a bi-curiosity.
for middle school dicks.
Yeah, for middle school dicks.
That's a great term, middle school.
Middle
dicks.
school
Was
dicks.
it middle
dude.
school dicks? Okay.
The content, like, the conversation or the content in this movie was so funny. Like, I
Yeah.
found so much humor
Yeah.
in everything. Like, I don't want to see a bunch of dicks floating around, but shit, it
But
was
if you
funny as
have
fuck.
to, at least it's in this context.
But dick and fart jokes never get old to me, so whatever.
No. Yeah,
But
So Netflix thought this was going to be a 4, and I agree with them. It's
it
like
took me a 2.
yeah,
I'd say a 4.
yeah.
I
I give
Too
you-
many dicks.
Yeah, but again, it was they used the dicks properly.
The
I
dicks
guess.
were used properly. If
and now we have terms like middle school dick
middle
and
school
circles.
dick- oh man! And we didn't talk about any dead actors or actresses.
That's
When this doesn't
holy
count.
shit. Okay, yeah.
This does
Now
not
from
count.
this point on, if we do, it doesn't count.
Yep. But okay, so that was those 3 movies. For the first time in the Every Movie Ever podcast, we actually did the roll ahead of time.
Yeah.
Because we realized it was taking too much time in the podcast. And seeing as this one's gone a little further than we expected, seems like it was probably for the better.
Yeah.
We promise you we did not skip anything. So, the 3 movies that we have right now.
Yeah.
Number 1, Complicit, filmed in 2013, starring David Oyelowo,
Martin
Luther King.
Well, Martin Luther King's not starring in this movie.
He didn't come back for this
This
movie.
is the guy
but
that played
who
him in Selma.
him. And he was in Interstellar, the dude that they left up in space for years. But, an M15 officer must choose between his conscience... I almost said coscience.
Yeah.
An M15 officer must choose between his conscience and his morality as he contemplates torturing a terror suspect he believes is planning an attack.
Okay, so...
This movie is controversial and dark, apparently. That's
Yeah.
what Netflix said.
And then our second movie is Life of a King. Do you want to?
Yeah.
You already are sleepy.
No, it's not sleepy. It's fucking Cuba Gooding Jr.
Man, but we were talking about him earlier. Like, he's had a good amount of highs,
he's not a
like
bad
Boys
actor.
in the Hood
He just
and
has annoying
fucking Jerry
roles.
Maguire. Yeah, well, it's because he's been trying to capture like something.
Yeah. So Cuba, if you're listening, I'm trying to be accepting. It's not that I'm not a fan of you. Just
He's not
Oscar winner Cuba Gooding Jr.
Yeah.
I'm sorry that I said that very patronizingly.
He's just trying to capture it again.
Yeah,
But
okay.
give the description of this movie.
After being incarcerated for 18 years, Eugene Brown establishes the Big Chair Chess Club to get kids off of the streets and working towards better lives.
Yeah, so I don't think I'm looking forward to this one because it sounds like it's just going to be another one of those movies where it's just like, hey, I'm going to try and save you inner city kids and teach you how to do this weird thing, or not weird thing, but just I'm going to teach you to do this thing and you'll learn to grow up. And
I'm going to just watch this as if, like, no, never mind.
Can we get the Keanu Reeves, like, I'm going to teach inner city kids how to play baseball movie?
Yeah. Can we get Hardball?
Yeah,
that
Hardball.
movie is amazing.
Yeah.
It's on Netflix, too.
Yeah, maybe one day. And then finally our third movie, starring Clive Owen and Keira Knightley.
King Arthur, shot in 2014, or released in 2014.
No, 2004.
Oh, yeah, my bad, 2004. Got a bit dyslexic there, guys. But King Arthur and the Knights of the Round Table struggle to hold power amid a shaky political landscape in this take on the myth of Camelot.
Okay, so those are the three movies we're doing
This movie
week.
is violent. That's how
it's
Netflix describes it.
I love the
I can
Netflix
live with
subscription
violence.
sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so those are the three movies we're going to do next week. This is actually a really long episode,
This
which
was
I was
a long
not expecting.
episode. Like we said in the first episode, we really want to keep it under an hour.
But sometimes this will happen. But that's also why we did the roll beforehand, because
Yes.
the roll sometimes can take 5 minutes, as we have to, like, again, on the rolls we're skipping documentaries. And then also the randomizer we use, sometimes the movies it pulls are from other regions, and we
Yes.
can't actually stream those. And we want to use Netflix for now.
Yes.
We do want to get into some special episodes eventually.
We've been discussing some special episodes, guys, and we are also very close to opening our doors to suggestions. The email account is ready. It's been ready, but, you know, as we're growing, we're
So
reaching
if
that
you
point.
want to leave any comments on the movies that we've watched and discussed, if you've just seen them for the first time and want to give your thoughts, we'll read them on the show.
Yep.
You can email us at everymovieeverpodcast@gmail.com. You can find us at facebook.com/everymovieever, and then Twitter, EME Podcast.
Yes, sir.
And then you can always listen to, well, you're listening now, so you know, but everymovieever.simplecast.fm.
Yeah. And so, thank you guys for listening to our extended version of Every Movie Ever Podcast, Episode 4. And we appreciate you all. Have a great day and a great week.
All right. See you guys next week.
Bye.
Yay!